Hey, what's happening guys? GRIZNO here, and today I thought I'd try something new and a little different. So here we go with a possible new series? I don't know, it all depends on you guys and how you respond to it. The gameplay you'll be watching here today in the background is a round of Team Deathmatch on Daenine Resort, where I am doing a little sneaky silent sniping with the SV-98, an absolutely wonderful rifle. But I had an idea for a series that I think I'll really enjoy making, and I'm hoping you guys will enjoy watching. If you don't already know, I'm really into music, and I'm not talking about those people who are like, oh, I listen to everything, I listen to all different kinds of music, basically whatever is on so-and-so radio station. To those people, I'm usually like, what did you just say? Did you really just say you were a huge music fan and then told me you listen to whatever is on the radio? That is fucking blasphemy. But kind of kidding there, because there are some okay radio stations out there. Like one of the stations in Halifax here is called Live 105, and they play a lot of good music from the 90s and stuff. Along with the popular indie and electronic rock stuff that's going on these days, like Imagine Dragons, you know, they play a lot of stuff like that. But anyway, that's beside the point of this video. What I want to call this series is GRIZNO'S Record Shop. And basically the goal is to educate you about some music and bands that you may not have heard of otherwise. Now, you may not have the same music taste as I do, but I'm going to do my absolute best to feature music in this series that I think most people will be able to at least listen to and form their own opinions about it. I'm not trying to shove anything down your throats. I'm simply going to let you know that these bands exist. So if you're interested, you can go check them out. And how I see this working is, I'm going to feature a band and one of their albums in an episode, talk about the band's history a bit maybe, and then talk about the album and what I thought of it. Then I will put the album, or at least a couple of choice songs, depending on what I can find on YouTube, in my public playlist titled GRIZNO'S Record Shop. That way you guys can actually go listen to the music before you buy the album or, air quote, legally acquire it from some other medium. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with this episode's band called Baroness. So if you guys enjoy this video at all and would like to see me continue this series, make sure you let me know by clicking the like button on this video, or leave me a comment letting me know if you liked it or not and if you'd like me to continue the series. Also, let me know what you thought of the band/music in the comments. Alright, so Baroness is the band featured in today's episode, and they are a progressive rock band from Savannah, Georgia. The band formed in 2003, and from that year until 2007, the band released 3 EPs titled First, Second, and A Gray Sigh in a Flower Husk, aka Third, which was actually a split album with another band called Unpersons. The band didn't get that much attention until the release of Red Album in 2007. Revolver magazine actually named it Album of the Year, as it was very well received. Just before the end of 2007, however, guitarist Brian Bickle announced he was leaving the band. Now this is where Baroness's story actually gets pretty interesting. They needed a new guitarist and found Peter Adams, who was actually an Iraqi war vet who had returned home after his Jeep was hit by a roadside bomb. Apparently he had extensive injuries to his legs and was bound to a wheelchair for quite some time. During that time, he says he was able to play a lot of guitar, and it was one of the things that would help lift his spirits on his road to recovery. So after Peter joins the band, they release Blue Record, which is an absolutely monster album, one that I highly recommend you check out if you enjoy this band at all. The band released the album in 2009, and it would later be named on the 20th Greatest Metal Albums in History by LA Weekly. And that is a pretty high accolade. In 2012, they released the follow-up Yellow and Green album, which is the album I'll be focusing on today. One more thing to bring the story up to date though, on August 15th, 2012, the band was on tour in the UK when their tour bus fell 30 feet from a viaduct near Bath, England. The crash was a result of brakes malfunctioning during heavy rain and reduced visibility, and as a result of the crash, John Baisley suffered a broken leg and a broken arm. Alan Bickle and Matt Maggioni, the bassist and drummer, both suffered fractured vertebrae. while Pete Adams was treated and released from the hospital the day after, so lucky for him. After a couple months of recovery, Baroness started scheduling tour dates again, but unfortunately, Alan Bickle and Matt Maggione had decided to leave the band. John Dyer Baisley and Peter Adams would not let the band die, however, and found 2 new members in Nick Yost and Sebastian Thompson. Pretty crazy story, eh guys? So let me talk about the Yellow and Green album a little bit. I've put the full album in the GRIZNO'S Record Shop playlist, so if you guys want to check it out, you can find it in my playlist, or you can just click the annotation right here. So Yellow and Green is kind of a departure from Baroness's previous efforts. It's a little more laid back, patient almost. Baroness always gets lumped in under the metal category, but I really don't agree with that. Yeah, they have some heavy-ass songs, but they also display a very melodic and thoughtful music style, and it's very apparent on this album. The album has kind of 2 parts. It's sort of a double album, hence Yellow and Green, but there is not a huge contrast between the way each half sounds, and John Baisley has been quoted saying it's not a concept album. Both sides are very much along the same lines. I love this album, and I love this band too. If you like what you hear from Yellow and Green, though, I must warn you, the band has really progressed as a musical entity since their early days, and if you do decide to go back and check out their early stuff, just be warned, they can be pretty heavy and screamy when they want to. But if you're like me and you like a little meat to your tunes, then I would definitely recommend checking out the rest of Baroness's stuff. If you're a metal fan, you're gonna like it, and if you're a rock or a progressive rock fan, you're gonna like it too. If you would like a couple of choice songs to check out first on Yellow and Green, I would recommend listening to Take My Bones Away, March to the Sea, Eula, and Board Up the House. Yellow and Green has a really great mix of mellow and loud, and usually with double albums there's almost always filler. But even the less notable songs and the instrumentals have substance to them, and it's like they deserve to be there. So the album is nearly flawless in my opinion, and I'm really hoping you guys like it too. So that's pretty much going to do it for the first episode of GRIZNO'S Record Shop. I'm trying something different here, so please let me know if you liked the context of the video by either clicking that like button or leaving me a comment telling me what you liked, what you didn't like, and maybe ways I can improve the videos if you felt like I just didn't pull it off correctly. So as always guys, thank you so much for watching. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to my channel and check out some of the other content I have to offer. If you're looking for weapon reviews in Battlefield 4, look no further than my Kit Up series, which is right here. But that's it for me this time guys. My name is GRIZNO, horns up, and I'll see you soon guys.